Guys, so I thought I would do some cover process videos for you guys, or I mean at least one right now. I got some new textiles from Wendy. She owns Textile Trunk, and I am pretty much obsessed with all of her, all of the things that she has. Everything I've gotten from her so far is just like amazing. So first let me show you, I got this trim from her recently, and also this textile up here, and this one. This isn't stitched down yet, so I'm just going to gently scoot it over here to the side. I have two covers all prepped up, and I'm going to be using my new textiles to design the covers on here and just sort of talk you through a little bit of the process. So here's the first one. It's this really pretty sort of mustardy yellow with a little bit more brown tones in it. Beautiful florals on here. And so I'm gonna kind of pull, it's a really big piece. I'm gonna pull this aside and grab a chunk of it so I can begin to show you my process. Grab this here, make a little snip. And a tear. Okay. Now I have a more manageable piece to work with. Set one aside. Make sure everything's in frame okay here. Move this guy away. So I love the pink floral down here, and I want that to be a pretty good amount of my actual cover. I'm gonna lay this over the top. A little bit over here is good. It's best to have a little bit more than you need than not enough. Tear it again. This is an antique French fabric, and it's just so pretty. So I'm gonna lay this over here and trim down the top as well. And then I could start working around it and building up my cover. Okay. So another textile that I got from her in the same package is this amazing quilt fragment. You see I cut out a piece right here, but it is just so pretty. And then it also has this pattern on the back. You can see I love this. So worn out. You could see the batting that was used underneath. I want to try and like use this piece and keep this intact, and see if I can get some, I think maybe some like hand stitches across that would look really pretty. So let me see if I can get a piece over here. I have a little chunk of that. I gotta figure out how I'm gonna place it on here. Luckily this quilt is pretty thin. Let's see, the thickness, not too big. A lot of times these will come and they'll be like super thick quilt, and you have to sort of like pull out the batting in order to work with it. But I think this piece I can just use as is. Another thing I really like about these is just this stitching down here. These are all hand stitched, and so I want some of that to be visible on my cover still. Let's see which parts. I just try and make a straight cut. I'm gonna go below this one and see where that takes me. And all this gets set aside, and I save every tiny little piece like this. I pay a lot of money for these antique textiles, and so I want to make sure there's as little waste as possible, preferably no waste. Pull this over here, line it up, and I need to give a little tuck over here. I'm going to use these bulldog clips to keep it in place, and that helps me get a better idea of the composition of the cover. I'm going to straighten up this edge right here. And then I want to, I'm just gonna leave it like that for now, but I'm gonna clip this in place also, so everything kind of stays in place. Okay, I think I like it like that. And then I have this big sort of like open area right here, so some hand stitching along that will look really, really nice. All right, now let's start embellishing this super pretty trim right here. Me and Gabriella from Penny and Rose Papery actually went half and half on this order together, and I was super excited when she showed it to me. It's so pretty. It has really nice texture. Let's see if I can give you a better view of it. You really just see it's like embroidered and it's raised. Really pretty. Super old trim. And I want to get some of this on here somewhere. Not 100% sure where yet. I think I'm gonna just stick it here for now. And then another thing that I got recently is some laces from Emily. She is Blue Linen Cottage. And I think maybe underneath this quilt, just a little bit of lace peeking out the top right here would look really nice. So I'm gonna give that a little try. We have some pink. And let's see what else I have from her. A green, oh, this might be nice. Let me see, I'm actually gonna have to take this clip off and move these things out of the way for a second so I can get a good idea of the placement. Like, what if I had this here? And it would be such a nice pop of color right there. Drag it up a little bit more. Like this. Maybe. Try the other side because I kind of want it. Let me show you what I'm talking about here. How this side of this quilt piece is up, you know? I think rather than have this higher, I think I would like it to come up more and then follow this down. So let me see if I can do that with the other side. Like this. No, that's the same. That didn't really work out. What if I had it like this? So if I did something like that. Okay, not so much. A little less. Add this here. I'm not sure about this yet. I was really excited to get this fabric here, and I was thinking like, oh my gosh, it's gonna look so amazing with like a nice blue or light green, and it would provide a lot of contrast. You know, I don't really like things to be too matchy. I think about this. I'm not sure if this is the right color. Unless I changed this out and picked something else for this trim. Like these two on their own. Let me try tilt a little bit differently on this. Have more of it poking up. Oh, this isn't even in frame. Sorry. Bring it back down here like this. Not sure. Like I was really excited, and usually I can put a cover together pretty easily, and for some reason, like this is all kind of just throwing me off. See, this is a really good start. I like this, these two together, which is why I bought them both together at the same time, because they are like just so complementary. Let's look at this side. What if I had this side up instead? Then I can just have this normal like it was before, because the upper part would be on the opposite side. Oh, My baby's having a tough time downstairs. Let's see. What's that? I don't know. I think I'm gonna have to come back to this. I'm gonna leave it here, let it sit for a minute, try and get Harvey down for a nap, and then I'll be back to try and figure this out.